some states make it hard for banks to foreclose on homeowners that miss payments. Like in California, it takes years. But for the most part, it only takes a couple of months before a bank begins the foreclosures. 90 to 120 days. Okay? 3 to 4 months of you not making payments, and the bank does the foreclosure thing on you. We're 7 months in, ish, to the Trump presidency. And we have this. Home foreclosures soar nationwide. These 2 states are hit the hardest. A growing number of U.S. homeowners are losing their properties because they cannot keep up with mortgage payments, with some states seeing drastically higher default rates than others. In July, nearly 36,130 properties nationwide were hit with foreclosure filing, up 13% from a year ago, and the steepest annual increase so far this year, according to the latest report from real estate data and analytics firm ATTOM. Put another way, 1 in every 3,939 housing units in the U.S. saw foreclosure activity last month, including default notices, scheduled auctions, and bank repossessions. July's forecast activity continues to trend upward year over year, with increases in both starts and completions, says Rob Barber, CEO of Adam. While rising home prices are helping many homeowners maintain equity, the steady climb in filings suggests growing pressure in some markets. For context, 187,659 homes received a foreclosure filing during the first 6 months of the year, up 5.8% compared to the same period in 2024, signaling a growing financial distress among homeowners. In a bit of good news, July saw the number of foreclosure completions, meaning property repossessions, tick down 1% from June, with 3,866 housing units being transferred from defaulted homeowners to lenders. On an annual basis, however, foreclosure completions increased 18% in July compared with a year ago. Nevada earned the distinction of leading the nation in foreclosure rates last month, with 1 in every 2,326 residential properties in the Silver State facing a default. Florida clinched the enviable number 2 spot with a foreclosure filing rate of 1 in every 2,420 housing units, followed by Maryland, 1 in every 2,566, and South Carolina, 1 in every 2,588, and my state of Illinois, 1 in every 2,727. Nevada's June rate was slightly lower than July's, at 1 in every 2,615 housing units facing foreclosure. That month, South Carolina topped the list of states with the most delinquencies, while Nevada came in second and Florida third. So why are Nevada and Florida experiencing such a sharp rise in foreclosures this summer? Realtor.com senior economist, Joel Berner, says the surge in defaults in those states is closely tied to tourism. Florida and Nevada both have local economies that are heavily reliant on the tourism industry, explains Berner. Tourism tends to be volatile, and when economic growth slows, as it has this year, that industry is often the first and most painfully impacted. Some homeowners in these states may be losing their jobs and becoming unable to make their mortgage payments. Foreclosure rates are going up. The number of homes that are on the market, the number of inventory that realtors are sitting on in some areas are at record highs. The state of Florida, there are houses for sale all over the place. That is not the sign of a good economy. It's not. See, we can point to, during Democratic presidencies, a strong stock market and strong growth on the ground. People buying homes, wages rising, things of that nature. You guys can point right now to a growing stock market, but the reality of the situation is people are losing their homes. The economy is suffering. The Fed is now finally talking about lowering interest rates. Why? Because they're trying to stave off the next round of inflation. They're trying to spur economic growth. If we had economic growth, we wouldn't be needing to spur it. And for anybody that wants to come in here and go, but Tom, a lot of those houses started to go in default under the Biden administration. I just explained to you what the average time is of a bank to begin and close on some of your defaulted homes. And even if they were all defaulted back in Biden's presidency, I thought Trump turned the economy around. Why can't people make their payments anymore? Why aren't they back to work and thriving? Trump just told you we just had the hottest 6 months of any 6 months in the history of this country. And his presidency was the most successful 6 months of any 6 month stretch of any president in the history of our country. All of those people that began to default under Biden should be able to make their payments with ease now, right?